BTS news today. When the world thinks they know everything about the BTS members, there's always something that comes up and shakes the whole fandom down to its emotional roots. Today, one confession from Kim Taehyung, or better known as BTS's V, has opened the door into a world hitherto hidden immaculately behind the smile and the glare of the camera. However, what is more disturbing is not only the secret revealed by Taehyung, but the immediate reaction of Jungkook, the golden magne, which left millions of armies around the world speechless in shock. It all started with a special interview session conducted by a well-known South Korean magazine. The interview initially looked like a regular session, nostalgic link, story of a musical journey, and plans for the future after the draft. However, in the midst of a discussion, Taehyung suddenly stopped, took a deep breath, and said, "There is something I have never revealed to the public, but I think now is the time." Journalists who attended were silent, and even the production team behind the camera began to hold their breath. Taehyung continued with a slightly trembling but firm voice. He revealed that during this time, there was a decision made between him and Jungkook that was not known to the public. "We promised not to talk about it, but Jungkook just made a decision that changed everything," he said with a faint smile. According to Taehyung, during their difficult time before the draft, especially when the pressure gets really heavy for every BTS member, he and Jungkook had an in-depth talk about their future. Not only the future as BTS, but also their own personal futures, dreams, fears, and possibilities that have been hindered due to popularity. Taehyung reveals that one night in 2023, they sat together on the balcony of the studio, looking at the night sky of Seoul. Just then, Jungkook suddenly said, "Hyung, if one day you decide to walk away from all this, from the spotlight, from the industry, even from the stage, I'll come." It sounded like the wind at the time. Taehyung just laughed. Think of it as a form of emotional support. But as it turned out, Jungkook said it in earnest. Now, after 2 years have passed and all members are conscripted, Jungkook has taken a surprising decision. He applied for a sabbatical after completing his military service with the excuse of wanting to live a normal life away from the entertainment industry. The petition itself has not yet been approved, but the news that he is seriously considering it makes many parties stunned, including the army. "I didn't think he would actually do it." Taehyung, this time with eyes that looked teary. "We were just two young people who were feeling overwhelmed at the time." But he remembers every promise, even the ones I thought were a joke. This recognition instantly made headlines across social media platforms. The hashtags #Jungkook and #Taehyung began to occupy global trending topics in just a matter of minutes. Armies from all over the world began to wonder, does this mean that Jungkook will leave the entertainment world? Is this the end of the BTS era that they have been proud of? However, Jungkook's statement was released a few hours later via the official Weverse platform. It just adds a deeper emotional layer to this whole story. In a handwritten note and photograph, Jungkook explains, "I know you are shocked. I never wanted to hurt anyone with this decision, but I need time to figure out who I am outside of all this." He continued that Taehyung's statement was not meant to create panic, but precisely as a form of honesty and respect for the army, which has been part of their life journey for more than a decade. "I love you all, but I also have to love myself in a whole way," write it in the last paragraph. The reaction from the army was mixed. Some were devastated, crying at the prospect of losing one of their most beloved members. However, there are also many who actually stand to provide full support. Comments like, "We will always support you, Jungkook, whatever you choose," and "Thank you for being honest. You deserve to be happy in the way you choose," overwhelm any related uploads. Some fans even brought back moments from the past. Where do Jungkook and Taehyung look so close, strengthen each other? Videos from old concerts, live sessions, and documentaries began to be disseminated again. It shows how deep the bond is between these two friends. One of the most viral videos is when they laughed together backstage after a concert in Los Angeles. Sincere laughter, sparkling eyes, and a close hug that now feels full of new meaning. Not only fans, their colleagues in the industry also provide feedback. Suga, in his radio broadcast, said, "Whatever they decide, they know that this family, BTS, will remain. That's what makes us different." RM also posted a short quote on Instagram. "Everyone has their own season." The world is now looking at the relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook with deeper eyes. not just friendship between idols, but rather a connection that grows and survives through a storm of popularity, public pressure, and doubts about the future. They are two souls who find each other shelter, and now one of them chose to step outside for a while to find himself. Meanwhile, Big Hit Music released an official statement. Yang confirmed that Jungkook's decision is not final. They asked for time to conduct internal discussions, while guaranteeing that all BTS members will still be given room to grow, both inside and outside the entertainment industry. This statement made fans a little relieved, even though Haru still has a lot of heart. Some Korean entertainment industry analysts have called Jungkook's decision a landmark moment in K-pop history. If Jungkook really takes a sabbatical or even temporarily quits, that will open up new gates about how we treat artists in this industry. We often forget that behind the fame, they are still human, says an expert. Meanwhile, Taehyung continues to show his full support. In a Weverse live session 2 days after that confession, he said with a smile, "Jungkook is my brother, and I'm proud of him. The world does not yet know how powerful he is. But I know, this story is not over. Jungkook has not officially made a final decision, and maybe he just needs time." What is certain, however, is that the secret revealed by Taehyung is not just a matter of past promises, but also about the courage of a friend to stand together. When the world begins to question the direction to be taken, that army is now united, not just to maintain a group, but to support each member's journey with all the decisions they make. They know that true love does not force to stay, but is always there when needed. As Taehyung said, "We never really went away from each other. Sometimes we just need space to realize how much we mean." And in that space, though silent, love still grows quietly, yet eternally. After Jungkook's shocking statement and Taehyung's honest explanation, the Korean entertainment world and even the international media began to take it more seriously. Not only because of their status as part of BTS, but also because of the honesty displayed by both, which is rarely seen in the world of entertainment full of imagery. For many, Jungkook's decision to step down for a while is not just a personal issue, but it's also a symbol for an entire generation of young people who yearn for space to breathe. For more than a decade, Jungkook has grown in the public eye. From shy 15-year-old debut to global icon, with an outstanding stage performance, the spotlight never stops on him. However, behind all that praise and achievement, the invisible burden keeps piling up. Taehyung, as one of Jungkook's closest people, have watched it since day one. He always looks strong, but even a stone can crack if held for too long, Taehyung said in a radio interview broadcast in Seoul. The army veterans also raised how Jungkook often showed signs of fatigue, especially in the times after the COVID-19 pandemic. Many say that online concerts, despite the warm welcome, can never replace the real energy of the stage that has been the place. Jungkook shed his whole soul. Some noticed that Jungkook had disappeared from social media for quite a long time, and now all the pieces of the puzzle seem to start to fall into place. However, more heartwarming than all of this is how Taehyung stands as a shield and emotional companion for Jungkook. During one of his live broadcast sessions, Taehyung said,